Are you 10 years away from retirement and wondering if you'll be ready? Stick around for this video to hear how we advise our clients on how to invest. In today's video, John and I will be discussing how we advise clients to invest and how it's going to make their financial plan or retirement plan successful. John, take it away.
Absolutely, Carlo. So in a previous video, we discussed, when you're thinking about retiring, what should you be prioritizing, and specifically goals. What are your goals? What do you want to achieve? The plan is what's going to get you there, and the portfolio, in a sense, is the vehicle that's going to make it all work. And now if we're starting to think we're 10 years out from retirement, what should we be doing over the course of the next 10 years to ensure that we're going to be in a really good position when it comes to retirement down the road? Now, obviously, just like the goals and just like the plan, everything is going to be tailored to you in particular, but we can give you some general ideas that a lot of Canadians are utilizing, a lot of our clients are utilizing in order to ensure that they are on the right track for their retirement. And I'll get started with maybe a couple of the accounts that are available within Canada that you should be taking advantage of. So when we think about savings, for retirement savings in particular, if you don't have it through your employer in the form of a pension, that'd be defined benefit or defined contribution, the other pension, I guess, that you can contribute to is your own, a personal one, a registered retirement savings plan. And that absolutely should be taken advantage of by most Canadians. And I say most because if you are on the lower income side and you're maybe not getting big tax breaks from it, a tax-free savings account might be better for you. But if your income is upwards of $90,000, $100,000 plus, you should be putting money into an RSP. Reason being is this is going to help you tax-wise in this given year. So it's going to lower your taxable income for this year, and we assume in retirement you're probably not going to be earning the same degree of income that you are earning today. So the tax breaks that you save today, you'll have to withdraw in the future and pay tax on it then, but the important thing is you're getting tax breaks now and you're saving for your retirement.
Yes, John, it's interesting that you're talking about investing in RSPs. I often hear clients come in and say, you know what, RSPs are a waste of time.
Yeah.
When you take the money out, you're taxed on that. Why am I even bothering? Well, to your point, sometimes RSPs are a great complement to what you're already doing, but sometimes they can be detrimental to your retirement plan. And you talked about it earlier. If you have, with your employer, you have some level of pension, whether it's a defined contribution pension plan or a defined benefit plan. Now, the difference between the two. Defined benefit plan, that is a benefit that you get after you retire, and it pays you a lifetime income. Regardless of what the market's doing, you're getting paid a regular income. Defined contribution pension plan is similar to a group RSP or an RSP that you're saving on your own, but you do get contributions matched by your employer. Whatever you put in, they'll match, and you select a portfolio, and away you go. Mm-hmm. The reason why many believe that an RSP is a waste of time or a bad investment from a tax perspective is because when you have a defined benefit plan and you're expecting that level of income in retirement, any withdrawals you make out of an RSP is taxable income. So it'll sit on top of that base level of income that you're getting from your defined benefit plan. So that's why we are here. That's why we have the plan in place, because we'll be able to determine what your different income sources are and determine if it makes sense to be putting in everything you can to an RSP, or if we should be utilizing the tax-free savings account as a complement to your defined benefit plan. So again, we continue to talk about, it's not just about setting up a savings plan or investing in the right portfolio. The financial plan is important to determine if you're doing the right things.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we talked about, you alluded to it a little bit, the tax-free savings account has become this very valuable tool for a lot of Canadians leading up to retirement now that maybe 10 years ago probably didn't seem as valuable. And the reason why I say that is slowly over time, Canadians have been accumulating contribution room. So as of this year, we have $95,000 of available contribution room to a tax-free savings account. And if you have a spouse, between the two of you, just under $200,000 of total lifetime contributions can go into this account. Now that's become pretty significant, and every year it's going to continue to get more and more additional contribution room. So that becomes a great avenue for you if you fully maximize those accounts. You probably have upwards of $250,000 to, we have some clients close to $300,000 of tax-free savings accounts between the household. That is entirely growing tax-free. So it's an additional route that you can be able to draw from. Let's say if it's a vacation, let's say you have that regular degree of income, it becomes a good way to utilize that money for down the road. So there are different accounts with different features that could benefit you. The important thing is understanding which ones are going to be the best for you. And I think, we know what accounts there should be, but maybe we should talk about savings a little bit as well. And, how much should you be prioritizing there too?
The most important part of a savings plan is the consistency. And if you don't already have an automated savings plan in place, whether it's coming off your paycheck, going directly into an RSP or a TFSA or a group savings plan, get that started now. We find that it's very difficult to try to save what you have left over at the end of the month after all expenses are paid. We find it much easier to set your savings up as an expense and having it invested immediately once you get paid. And therefore, you don't miss it. It's just a part of the expenses that you make over the month.
Yeah, the point you made there about having it like an expense, I mean, if you've owned a home, you've essentially had your mortgage payment coming out regularly, and you didn't think twice about it because you need a place to live.
Yes.
Make it very similar in terms of when you're paying yourself, have it go to your RSP because you're going to need to have money in retirement the same way that you have that need for the dwelling that you live in. So have that become a priority for you. And speaking of which, hopefully debt becomes one of those things where you slowly start to have that paid off leading up to retirement. Obviously, we never want to go into retirement with debt. However, in Canada now, because cost of living has become so incredibly high for those dwellings, it's become more and more cautious, I guess, for us as planners now to see Canadians doing that as well. So there's a couple strategies there I think that could be of benefit for a lot of Canadians. Remember, each of these should be tailored directly to you, and that's where Carlo and I come into play. So if you do have any questions, you can always reach out to our office. We'd always be incredibly happy to help. And if this video was of interest to you, then maybe you can find interest in some other videos that we have as well. Feel free to check those out. And as always, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Until next time, I'm John Iaconetti.
I'm Carlo Cancino.
And this has been
Ask Team FG.